Welcome to episode 14 of Copium Take. Pod's dead. It's ruined.
We're all dead.
Oh my goodness. We're here to talk about NBA tiers. Since it's the only good sport that's about to start. What do you guys think about that take? Is that 100% the right take?
No.
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 What's a good
Football's been
sport then?
great.
Great?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Why do you hate me,
Football
Jake?
had some good moments.
Why do you guys hate
It
me?
has not been bad.
Not been bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the minority train of this whole this season sucks and all that.
The only other person that agrees with you is agreeing with you because he's sad at life because he's getting divorced.
Who, Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's winning.
He's the only one with you.
I don't think he said he's getting divorced. Think of all the nice women he'll get to see now.
I mean, he's losing more than half his money.
Wait, what? I thought she was richer.
No, she's richer than him.
That's my point. She is over 50%
No,
of the
no, no,
money.
he's gonna actually make money.
I highly doubt he's getting any money out of the divorce. That only matters when it actually affects your economic status. When they're both rich, he probably ain't getting a cent from her.
That's impressive, honestly, if it's true. God dang. All right, let's get into these tiers. We gotta get going. We're doing it. We all made up our own
What
tier
do you mean?
list.
Don't we wanna go super slow today? We have a ton of time.
We're making our own tier list. You don't even know NBA players, and you're dragging this podcast out. We all made random tiers. We're gonna reveal them one at a time.
Who knows?
See how close we were together. See how bad we were together. And
Just like
this
the
will be our
Pickems.
preview for the season. The season starts on Tuesday. I'm excited. Football sucks. Basketball might be good.
If you're going in with that mindset, neither will be good.
I hope not. So who's this? This is. I'm assuming this is Jake's on the left.
Yeah, wait. We can't see right now.
Oh, what? I thought this. Oh, wait. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
I can confirm that this is mine on the left.
So you got teams Draymond has touched: the Warriors, the Thunder, the Cavs, and the Celtics. How has he touched the Celtics?
Oh, didn't he get in a? Wasn't it with Horford? He got in it with him.
This is what I
I thought
expected
it
from
was.
you, Jake.
Like I said, I wasn't positive. I was like, I'm pretty sure these are the. I'm pretty sure this sums up the teams Draymond has had issues with.
That's true. I did ask someone to do it, so someone did do it. Now let's talk about. I don't know what. There's not much to talk about this, Jake.
Well, other than he's hit them all.
That's true. He has hit them all. Who did he hit on the Warriors?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I don't know.
A
guy.
newly rich man.
Yeah,
He is
he has his
rich.
own pool.
Ooh. I see what you did there.
It's a pool party and Wiggins is invited.
Yeah.
Who's this one? I think this is me. And this is you, Jonah, on the right.
I think it might be both
That's-
of y'all.
No,
That's
the
me.
top part's
All
Jonah.
right.
They've been
Oh.
revealed.
Wait, that's me again.
Oh no.
Oh, that's all. Then we're all good.
I knew this was gonna happen. It's a shit
Oh
show.
no! Ah!
Man,
Wait,
We're-
so the top right one's me and the left one's me. Is that an issue?
For sure. This is the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my whole life.
why are we doing it like
That's
this?
me.
Because I couldn't do it any other fucking way.
No. Why? Like, if we're doing them one at a time, why aren't we just doing them one at a time, full
We
screen?
would. I don't fucking know, Jonah.
I'm
Absolutely so mentally boomed right now. You don't even comprehend.
Let's just go through mine since mine's basically all troll
Yeah,
anyways. Just do my
Yeah.
whole one.
Let's do Jake's first.
For the people listening, he typed in "kill me now." That's not. Yep.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, was this yours?
yeah, this one's me. Yep.
It's all
All
revealed.
right, so we're gonna start from the start from bottom.
Teams
top.
Draymond has touched: Warriors, Thunder, Cavs, Celtics.
Going fast.
Never remember it. Wait, never remember if they're the Bobcats or Hornets. Why'd you put the Kings in there?
It's really funny
I
that he
felt-
got the team wrong.
I felt like I put the Kings in there because I couldn't figure out what other category they fit into best.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I was just like, that felt right. Spurs
So
and friends.
you always know the Pelicans are the Pelicans.
Yeah. The Pelicans I
Oh,
don't have
okay,
issue
okay.
with. It's only the Hornets I have the issue with. Spurs and friends would be my whatever his name is, sweepstakes. I didn't want to put that because I can't pronounce his name,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
why
did
I just
Spurs
typed
and
out
friends
Wemby.
instead.
That's a
Then you have
semi-accurate
places.
Spurs and Friends.
Yeah. Then you have places where you will get shot. I feel like that's a pretty accurate list there.
I don't why Portland. Portland's
No,
really
guns are
nice.
outlawed in DC.
Yeah, you got DC, Atlanta, Detroit, and Portland. I
I thought
mean,
Portland was like really nice. Am I just wrong?
No,
no,
Portland
Portland was
Portland might have been, but starting in
Portland's
2020, it's a like
Portland's
it's a
the place where like
hellscape.
it was literally like they took over the people took over the city with guns
They just
and
Oh,
have
barricaded like half of the city, the downtown city block.
yeah, it was real bad there for a while. It might even still be bad. They just stopped
Yeah,
reporting on it.
yeah. They literally were like, we don't need to talk about it anymore. Everyone knows. Everyone knows the people just took over the city.
that's a
So
shame.
yeah, that's the places where you'll get shot. I
They
mean, I'm
will
sure you could get
eventually.
shot some of these other places, but those four just really stood
I
out
don't know.
in
I went
Chicago
to.
particularly.
probably should have been
I
in
was
that
in
tier.
Miami. It was pretty good.
Yeah, Chicago should be in that tier, but I put them in the they will play basketball tier instead because I feel like any of those.
Let's explain the way they will play basketball tier.
I
Why
feel
do the
like
Clippers make that?
those are all teams that I think are decent. I think they're all good, but I don't think they fit into the other categories
Can
quite.
you name me two players for the Magic?
The Magic,
Yeah.
um, Fred Warner,
Okay.
and
And his
um,
brother?
I Pablo Blanco or however you say his name. I don't know Blanco. I don't know how to say his name.
Fred Warner is a linebacker for the 49ers.
Oh, what's his name then?
Wagner.
I don't.
I know what you meant.
Franz
Wagner.
Wagner.
I know what you
Oh,
meant.
okay, I don't.
I was hoping you were
Yeah,
gonna
that
say
guy.
his brother too.
No.
That would have been funny.
But right, it's Pablo. It's right. Is that right? Pablo Blancho or how,
Banchero.
I don't know how to say it.
Paolo
The rookie.
Banchero.
Pablo Blanchero, the rookie.
Pablo.
He's really the only guy I know. That's the only reason I thought about putting him in fun to watch just because of that, but then I was like, oh, but the Magic will suck.
Markel
So,
Fultz. Cole Anthony. Jalen Suggs.
oh, Fultz isn't
Wendell
on the
Carter
76ers
Jr.
anymore.
Oh my
Terrell
God.
Suggs? Is that what you just asked?
I said Markel Fultz. He's not on the 76ers anymore.
Nah, he hasn't been there in like 3 or 4 years.
He's actually
No, I
played
didn't know
okay the
this.
last couple of seasons.
Then
I
the
mean, when
fun.
healthy, he's had some nice sparks.
I feel like this should be fun to watch is a pretty straight up category right there.
Yeah.
Those are all solid teams that have really entertaining players and all that.
Why the
The Bulls
Sixers?
could the Bulls could kind of flip between those two in my head. The Clippers don't. I don't know. The Clippers don't entice me to watch at all
What if
ever.
I tell you they have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard this season?
I know they do.
What do I tell you? They have
I knew
John
that.
Wall.
John Wall.
That one's more exciting, except for the fact that he will once again not play and just fleece the NBA out of money for 4 straight years.
You think he'll slip on another sock?
Yeah, for sure.
Oof.
The Bulls, if DeRozan does what he did last year,
He won't.
then they would be in the fun to watch category, but I just don't expect him to do that again. I mean, it's kind of just crazy.
The Bulls are
Um,
are in a pretty brutal category for me.
yeah, I don't like it. But that's what, so Heat, Pelicans, Grizzlies, 76ers in the fun to watch. I think they all will be solid. Um, can we actually hop to the very top one now?
Yeah, I figured it works better to do that way.
Yeah. So then it's the teams the NBA cares about, and it's the Lakers and then the two New York teams, the Nets and Knicks.
Why do you think they care about the Nets?
Those are just the markets they care about. They talk about those three teams, I feel like, more than anyone. And
They
it's
only talk
solely
about
because
the
of
Nets
market.
right now because they've got KD.
Yeah, they don't talk.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
talk
actually
about
care
the
about the
Nets.
Nets.
Yeah, they don't care about the
Hi.
Nets. I'm
It's
just.
funny. I mean, I can understand why you feel
It
that way.
felt like it, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know this stuff. And then the teams they say they care about, but I don't think they actually care about any of these teams. Milwaukee, Denver, Suns, Dallas, all good teams, but they don't care.
That's fair. I like this list, Shake. I'm proud of you for this list. I didn't expect
This
Let's
much.
go.
And you.
This list exists.
Oh.
Okay, Jonah, you know what? You can suck a nut, your teammate. I'm still probably in this list going to be closer to the correct rankings than you will be on yours, and you actually tried.
There's no rankings.
This is like
Exactly, and it's still going to be closer.
This is like my like your dad was like, "I'm proud of you for playing in like Pee Wee basketball," and your uncle was like, "Yeah, you were actually awful today."
Yeah.
That was messed up,
You
Uncle
missed on
Jonah.
every defensive assignment. I mean,
I felt like this was a solid list.
Who's this? Oh, here you go. I'll zoom
Yeah,
out now, I guess.
it zoomed in a little.
oh, we're gonna go to mine first.
You want me to go mine?
Okay.
I can go
Well,
mine.
we just did mine, Jonah. So actually, it's your second. But
Well, yes. I mean, out of the two of us, I'm okay
no,
with
well,
going.
there's
That's
three
fine.
of us that matter. So
Theoretically,
I'm the
the,
only one who's actually just
theoretically
went
we could
full
go
on tiers.
we go both here for us. Oh,
All
that's
right,
well,
Jake's
that's
all right.
tier.
mine again. But
Where's mine?
It
that's
exists
also
somewhere.
mine. Did you pull yours up?
I did. God, I pulled up.
Put
No,
it in your drive.
Man,
I'm about to edit this out.
you just got women
Nah.
everywhere.
I know it's so fucking cringe as fuck. Like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
his problem? Fucking
He's
horny little
certified
boy.
sticky.
I had it up. I must have just closed it.
So many,
I'm about to zoom
so
in
many
on mine.
tiers.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's a
Nah, I
good
think that's
idea.
the best it's gonna be.
Okay. All right, we're
You
back.
might just have to read those.
I had to edit that a little bit,
Uh,
but
And
we're
we're
back.
back.
We're back. We're back.
that's not mine on the left.
That's mine
We're
again.
not
Mine's I
back.
think behind yours on the right. Yeah.
We're not back.
We're not back. Baby, we're back. You can blame it all on me.
All right, now we're back.
And we're back.
All right.
3, 2, 1, action.
Oh, look at
Starting
that.
from the
Oh,
top or the bottom?
we weren't the same on the bottom. We start from the bottom.
All right, let's start from the bottom.
Started
Oh,
from
you
the
threw the
bottom over
Hornets
here.
that low. Wow.
That's I was. What? All right, let's start. We'll start with the Hornets here. In the Wimbidiana sweepstakes, me and Jonah agreed with the Jazz, Spurs, and Pacers, but we've differed with our fourth team.
Whoa.
I had the
And I
Hornets.
sided with Jonah.
I have the Hornets. What? My logic on the Hornets is that I don't know what they have this year. They have LaMelo Ball, who's super entertaining. I mean, they just cut LiAngelo Ball, so I mean, that's a big
Oh
downgrade.
no.
That's a big downgrade.
LiAngelo Ball. It's like the third season in a row they've cut him.
He's so bad.
They sign him every preseason, and he gets cut every
Oh my,
preseason.
dude! I the night he played on Twitter, someone posted it like his highlights, and this dude was just legit, just missing the rim, like hitting the
Yeah.
backside. It was so bad. But we're
Trump
not.
should have left him in China.
I mean, they got LiAngelo out, but Brittany Griner's still riding over there in Russia. This is fucked up.
Trump would have got her out.
This is fucked up. We're not a political
Biden
podcast.
can't do
Jonah.
it.
We're not a political podcast.
I
But
just think that's funny.
and then I
know.
think the Miles Bridges, unless I'm wrong here, and this could be a definite mess up by me, Miles Bridges is still MIA, right?
Yes. Yes. His whole situation is weird because there's no action being taken either way. Like he's not being added to the roster, he's not being actively taken away from the team, like kicked out of the league or anything. I don't expect to see anything from him this season.
Yeah. So my thing is just LaMelo, a bunch of like I don't know. They got Hayward
They still
still
have Terry
there.
Rozier, who does actually win them games in the regular season.
Like Scary Terry's
Then
good,
they have
but the
they have
OG
some
Scary
guys
Terry,
like PJ Washington's pretty good.
he's good.
Plumlee has become like a triple double machine here and there.
I just think the Miles
And I just
Bridges
don't know
loss is
how,
just
but
gonna really hurt.
it does. But I don't think this team wants to tank. I think the only reason why they ever are at the bottom is because Michael Jordan's a terrible owner.
That's what I say too. It's not like MJ's gonna jump in and be like, "I'm here to save you with this trade or this pickup or this extent." Like, he's not doing anything to help you.
But he's also not doing anything to like make sure you're bad so that you tank.
That's true, but I think
He
naturally they're
refuses
just
to
too
do that,
bad.
to intentionally tank.
I mean,
So he's the worst kind of owner where he's just like, I want you to at least try to win, and I'm gonna try to do what I can do to make you win, but what I can do sucks.
okay. I mean, It's fine.
And that's just why I don't feel them there.
why do
That's
you have the
why I put
Rockets
them in
there?
the fans can't take any more losing tier.
Why do you have him? Why do you have the Rockets in the Wemby sweep? I mean, the Rockets get him too.
Because the
Holy
Rockets,
shit!
the Rockets have a lot of talent that doesn't know how to play together. There's a lot of ball dominant players in that team that need to figure out how to play team basketball. They have not been good lately. There's no real veterans to really help them out, and I just think they're too young. They're gonna be bad, and I think they want to stay bad.
Okay,
They want to be in on that.
I would like to see him in that league pass teams tier. I think that's where that'd be because I think they'll still be good and
I
they're gonna play really, really fucking hard because that's what
Jalen
young
Green will
teams
be a
do.
fun player to watch this year, but I don't know if the team as a whole will be fun to watch.
Well, we'll move up a tier. We'll maybe move up. We'll move up. We'll focus on my 2 tiers next since I have so many more than you, or a couple more actually, not so many, but a couple
Yeah,
more.
only two more, I think.
We got 2 more that involve Jake. What's your
yeah.
opinion? You've been quiet.
I was my Spurs and friends matched with Jonas, so we were on the same page.
Can you name
If
me?
you ask for my reasoning, yes.
Jake, what are you gonna do
I
when
know the
football's
Spurs.
over? Are you gonna be locked in the NBA by then? You think?
Yeah, I'll probably be watching then. Yeah, I think so. Because why wouldn't I? Yeah, I would think so. But Spurs, Jazz, and Pacers I know are bad. Both the Rockets and Hornets, I don't really know. I put Rockets in there because I expect them to be bad. Hornets, from what I saw last year, they played well when I watched.
But they did lose
They
their
were like,
very good upgraded power forward,
who'd they lose?
Miles Bridges, because he's in jail, or probably will be.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
in
so
limbo with all of that. He's in legal limbo.
Definitely
they
legal limbo.
struggle.
Yeah.
It's not good, and I don't think he'll come back. 'Cause I don't actually remember what he did, but it was bad, whatever it was. So
Really bad accounts of domestic violence.
ooh, okay,
Like really bad,
Yeah,
apparently.
all right. Well,
But
reminds me of
don't need to get into
Jonas.
details. I think the Pacers might actually slip out of this because Halliburton and Matherin are very good guards, and they could just put up points. But I don't think they should. And I think it's like 50-50 at best.
and Carlisle's still their coach too, right?
Yeah, Carlisle's still the coach, and he's not a coach that wants to rebuild. He's a coach that wants to win.
God, I just think they're just bad though. But we'll see. But we'll move up into this next tier of. This is the should we buy a Wembanyama raffle ticket? Should we go in?
Man, you got Portland so down.
I'm
That's
not
That
big
amazing.
on
gets
Portland, but I
shocking.
want to try. I want to start with the Wizards because everyone knows Bradley Beal's going to get traded, and I don't understand
Nope.
why out of any season you wouldn't be trying to move Bradley Beal as early into this season as you could.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying, and I think rationally that's true. This team is not rational. Bradley Beal is not rational. Bradley Beal has convinced himself that he is a generational talent that needs to stay here and fix this organization on his own. And the team went out and got Kristaps Porzingis to try and make him the star player next to him.
Who played good at the end
And
of last season, but I don't know what that means. Like I don't think
I don't know
Porzingis
that it
is
means
what
much of anything.
I don't think Porzingis is any better than he was. I think he's still real bad, and I think Bradley
I
Beal.
don't know that he's bad. I just don't know that he. I think he's a like your third best option, and that role he can be tremendous in that role. But I don't think he's good enough to even be a number two that you're really relying on.
Yeah, I mean, for me too.
Wow.
Like if we get a month into the season and Porzingis, who's injury prone, goes down for a long stretch, I don't know why the Wizards don't immediately try to go and move Bradley Beal for more picks, similar to what Donovan Mitchell got. Probably you would get a little bit more, and then just join the Wembanyama sweepstakes or the fucking Scooter sweepstakes.
Bahama sweepstakes.
Because I
That
just don't.
sounds.
This Wizards team's nothing special.
One other thing, real quick. Bradley Beal's contract has a no trade clause,
That's fine. As long as, I mean, we've seen it 1,000 times in the NBA. He just send
but
him
he's also
somewhere where he
making
wants to
$50
be.
million.
Somebody will take him. Somebody would
He's
want him.
worth 50 million, Jonah.
And when he's
No,
healthy,
no.
he
My
is.
point is, there are next to no teams that can trade for him.
I mean, if Bradley Beal did that and it becomes a thing that's very, abundant and clear, through other reporters and stuff for these first couple months before the trade deadline, and it's because Bradley Beal signed this crazy contract. I am a Bradley Beal hater at that point. A pure, I already am, but I'll be like the purest form of it.
Bradley Beal's gonna win this team a championship this year.
He won't. If he
No,
does,
he won't.
something real bad happens to the rest of the NBA.
Does he get into the GOAT consideration if he does?
No, because in the only scenario where he does, half the league got assassinated.
In zero major injuries in playoffs, and he goes and
Something
wins the whole
extreme
thing,
at like the NBA,
averaging like 70 a night.
something at like the NBA All-Star event happened to where a lot of people went away for whatever reason, and Bradley Beal didn't make the All-Star, and so he was just left alone.
We
Thanos
got
just snapped and we accidentally lost most of the NBA.
And then
The
we
he
G
lost
League
all
had
the
to come up,
NBA except for Bradley Beal.
that he
so
might be
he's
able
just
to do
playing
it.
with the G League. Yeah.
And then Portland, I don't know. Dame has looked apparently pretty bad in preseason. I like Grant, but I'm not, Jeremy Grant. They just don't have it. They don't have enough pieces. And
I
again,
think they have a very interesting lineup that I think has a very low ceiling and a relatively high floor.
I
Like
feel
I
like
think
I'd be pretty shocked if Portland was this bad.
barring an injury to Dame, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Dame, I could easily be convinced to put them in the next tier, which would probably be more accurate.
Yeah, I feel
But
like I'd be shocked if they were this bad.
their new GM apparently loves Wembenyama.
I don't
So
know
there's
who
a
doesn't.
chance that they do. Well, like really, really loves him. And he's brand new, and the only thing keeping this team around in contention is Dame. And while Dame also really wants to stay in Portland and win there, the team might be in their best options long term might be to just get rid of him.
The Dame has the same Bradley Beal problem to an extent because Dame also signed a contract that's way more representative of what the
Oh
sap
my
calorie is
God.
going to be than it is now.
That extension where he's getting paid like 60 something million a year in 2 years. Oof.
So, maybe I should have put Portland in the next tier, which is we aren't buying a raffle ticket, but I wish we were. And
I can't believe you have the Nets so low.
but I don't you think if you're thinking of this from a Nets fan standpoint, don't you wish that you were getting into the Wembanyama sweepstakes, trading all these cancers away and just entering the sweepstakes?
Each of these dudes is a cancer.
Mainly Kyrie, and then KD is like a lump on top of the cancer.
Wow, what do you mean?
KD's not a very good locker room guy. And he's talented, but he's supporting all of the wrong guys in this locker room.
He doesn't want to be there. Like
And
I
he
don't
doesn't
know.
want to be there. He wanted the coach and GM both fired.
And now he's just working with them like, man, crazy what
And
I
now
said.
they're all gonna just move on. Like he didn't publicly ask for them to get fired, and uh, it's a train wreck. But it's a train wreck that's gonna crash in the playoffs.
It's true, but if you were a fan of the Nets, wouldn't you wish you could just get out now? Be real bad? Get a bunch of assets?
Dude, whose pick did they even have this year?
I don't know. But maybe trade for somebody would give them picks and hopefully. You don't think? Oh, do they not have their pick? I don't know. I wasn't looking at that. But it's just the scenario of if I was a Nets fan, I would want to be out of this crazy hellhole that is their team right now. But
Okay, they do have their own.
so yeah,
There
there you
we
go.
go, Tank.
They have theirs, and they have Houston or Phillies. I don't
Just
know
because I
what
think
the
it's
stipulations
catchier
are on
and
that.
I remember how to say his name, I'm just gonna call it tanking for Tua.
Okay. You don't like Tua though. Oh, do you not like Wembanyama
And
either?
this crosstalk is
I like Wemba.
Come on, Jake. Let's pronounce it. Come on.
Wembayana.
No, 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 no. Yama. Yama.
Wembayama?
There you go.
Wenayama.
Cortois.
Wembayama. Courtois.
Cortois. It's a Pokemon. All right, next I got on the
Courtois.
we aren't buying a raffle ticket, but I wish we were the Thunder. I think they just
A
tank one more
giddy.
season. I love them. I love Giddy.
I'm not I'm not sure that they're gonna avoid the sweepstakes, but they have enough talent to.
That's my thing. I think they should just
Except hop in.
Giddy and Shea, just we put them down, let them take a big nap this
Put them
season.
We put
down,
them
like
down.
Put them
take a
down
gun
for
to the
sleepy
head,
sleep
and
for a big nap,
you
and
just send
then
them to one of those 4 cities I mentioned. And
you have a starting lineup of Wimbignana, Chet, Giddy, and Shea, and whoever else you want to throw in there. That's a
Dort.
Dort. That's a
core.
spooky fucking lineup.
It is, and that's why I have this team in the fans can't take any more losing tier.
And then after that, they have one good year. They make the playoffs. They lose, and then all those guys go their separate ways. The sixth man ends up winning the league MVP,
Okay.
and then ends up going to the
And then
Rockets.
the two stars that stayed getting big fights.
Yeah, they end
The
up leaving. One of them joins a super team and wins a ring.
Wins a couple.
Yeah,
the problem the problem is with the Thunder long term is that Shea's gonna be a free agent in like a year, either a year or two. They need to get their shit together.
I thought they
The
just
guys
paid
they
him.
have.
Oh yeah, so if they lose this year, then they have 1 year to prove to him that it was all worth it.
And the cap's about to go up. You'll be able to pay everybody.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about those problems. Worry about
Question, is the cap in the NBA like the NFL, or does it exist a little more?
yes,
So it's also fake.
yes.
There is the luxury tax and everything. That's why every year Golden State pays like $500 million because they owe the league taxes for having such an expensive roster.
Yeah, but like, who cares if you're winning?
Exactly.
You make that
That's
money
their
back
Well,
via
that's
when
their
your net worth is only like a few billion and you're actively spending that much money,
Don't worry
No,
about it.
no, I'm only making 2 billion now instead of 3 billion.
no, like their net worth is like that balance sheet doesn't work out. Like they're losing money every year on that.
See, Jonah, you're just worried about the wrong things. That's
I
all.
don't feel I don't think the Warriors are losing money.
I'm pretty sure they net negative a little bit every year.
But they're winning.
Aren't they like
But
one
they're
of the
winning.
most valued franchises right now?
Yeah, but that's not money you get paid.
Well, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is it would be hard for it to be a most valued franchise if
No, it
you're
wouldn't.
coming in red.
No, it wouldn't. All the most expensive companies in the world are red.
Whoa, we're not
Twitter's
political.
never made money. Twitter's valued pretty high.
No, Twitter's valued at
Facebook
like
Facebook has
$50.
lost
What?
for many quarters. It doesn't matter.
We're not on NBA talk. And then the last team I have
Tell
on
you
this
about
is the Bulls. I just don't think the Bulls are anything special, and they have old people.
Old.
They have old people, and they traded too much for Vucevic, and now they're just they look like they'll be okay. They'll kind of be competitive for a couple more years, and then they're gonna enter a very
See,
dark.
see, here's where we get to a team that does have a problem. They have
Okay.
Portland's pick this year.
Ooh,
They don't have their own because they traded it to the Magic.
but they
What
have
you're saying is that
Portland's.
they're going to
Or
go to take
Vucevic.
out Damian Lillard's kneecap when they play.
Uh, and they also don't have a 25th because they owe that to the Spurs.
Ooh, so the Bulls, like I said, are staring down the darkest of tunnels.
The
There's no.
Bulls fully committed, and
Their team is
they
better.
weren't even healthy for the one season that they had a chance at.
That makes me so sad. Zach
Hate to
Levine's
see
so
it.
good, but
Zach LaVine is really good. DeRozan's been playing well. The problem is they need like those true point guards like Lonzo, and Lonzo hasn't been able to stay healthy. It's
Who's-
so weird that he's the glue guy
and
on
he's
that
still
offense.
gone.
But
And he's still gone.
oh yeah, his injury was supposed to be like a routine like ankle issue,
But he's
and it's
soft.
gone months
He's
extra.
soft because he was raised by a soft dad.
What about LaMelo?
Same.
Man, LiAngelo.
They're all
He was
soft. Just
Leandro was
LaMelo's at
hardened by
least good at
the jails
basketball.
of China.
Yeah, I mean, they probably raised him more than his dad ever did.
All right, we're not. This is not a. We're not.
We don't need to shit on LeVar. He's gonna come in. He's gonna hear this podcast. He's gonna find it. He's gonna come
probably
in and
would somehow
test.
find a way to hear it. Weirdo.
All right, Jake. One more jab, or we're good to move.
I don't know.
Oh, no more
I mean,
jabs.
that was only like 2 jabs. It's only about how many of
So
us scored in a game each year.
Okay, there we go. Triple
so then
single.
I'll do my next tier.
Okay, go ahead.
The league pass teams. The teams that are bad but are going to be pretty fun to watch. And for me, that's going to be the Pistons and the Magic. I love both of their starting lineups. There are so many young guys that are going to be exciting. Cade Cunningham is awesome.
Sadiq Bey.
Jaden Ivey's going to be great. Sadiq Bey,
Yeah, I named that guy.
He's
he
pretty
did.
good. Hopefully
He
he'll
went off
have
for
a
50 that game last year.
hopefully he'll have a bounce back though. He struggled a little bit at the end of last season.
Feels weird knowing that I know the
He
Detroit
did. He's up
Pistons
and down.
roster better than most of the rosters, probably. That's not saying I know it well. Only know it better than most.
Uh, I think the two guys that are going to be the lead contenders for Rookie of the Year are going to be Jaden Ivey on the Pistons and Paolo Banchero on the Magic. And the Magic also have Wendell Carter and Franz Wagner and Cole Anthony. I mean, they're going to be fun teams to watch. They're still going to be bad, but they're going to be on the up and up.
Do the Pistons still have Grant?
No, he's with the he's with the Trailblazers.
Okay. What was that deal?
Too much money.
It wasn't like a trade, it was just free agency.
No,
hmm
it was a trade. It was like some second round picks and stuff.
They
Yeah.
paid him though, right? Though.
No, I don't think so. I think he's still in that expiring contract.
Okay. And then I mean, I think most people that like really like the NBA. If you talk to them, most people are penciling in as Cade Cunningham as the next big star.
The next Michael Jordan.
I think people were so impressed with him last year, and I mean, I think
Cade
they're right.
Cunningham would have run away with Rookie of the Year if the players around him on Detroit could make the shots that he assisted. He missed on like 3 assists a game because of just bad shots.
It's
It
just
he was so good, and he's going to be so good.
no.
He's a beast.
So now we at Jonah's fans can't take any more losing.
Well, we can, but we've already talked about that. We can go to mine, which is very similar to the League Pass teams.
Okay, go to the one that's similar to the League Pass
So
teams.
mine's similar. It's, hey, we're young, but you still suck. And that's the Pistons. What we said about Cade, it's
Grammatically,
the
that's
Magic.
incorrect, by the way. I just wanted to be like Jonah for a second.
Oh yeah, 'cause you never do that. But
Not the grammar as much. I'm still a dick, but not
I
as
have
much
the
as grammar.
Rockets in there. Fun young team. And then I have the Kings. The Kings were a hard team to place. I had the same problem as
I
Jake.
know, right?
I had the same problem as Jake. Because there's a lot of Kings hype across different NBA channels. A lot of hype.
Because Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray is another one you didn't mention. People think that he's in the running. People didn't think when he got drafted he was in the running for Rookie of the Year, but apparently he's played insane in the
He
camp,
dominated summer league.
in summer league,
He
and
dominated
preseason.
it.
I think he's even played well too.
Yeah.
And
Keegan Murray is going to be a very interesting piece to in that front court alongside
Sabonis.
Sabonis.
And you're adding
Do
that
they still
to.
have Fox?
Yeah, they still have De'Aaron
Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah, look at that. That's 3 guys that could play well for them. I mean, that's big.
Yeah, I think
They got Davion Mitchell too.
That puts you at like
Scrappy
500 in
dog.
the NBA. I feel like if you got 3 guys that can go.
you're right. I think the Kings are going to surprise some teams in the West this year. That's my bold prediction.
Uh,
But I couldn't put them anywhere because I didn't really fit any of my categories.
the Kings are the Kings until proven otherwise.
I'm just saying they might prove otherwise.
I
That's my
no, 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 I get it. I get it. It's a good year to predict that they're going to stop being the Kings.
I just don't get why they're called the Kings in Sacramento.
It's pretty brutal. But Johnny, you want
I
to elaborate on fans can't take any more losing, or have we covered that?
yeah, I got that because the fans can't take any more losing, and it's teams that have been bad for too long, like the Kings and their like what 19-year playoff drought, and the Wizards who are so up and down and have a guy who 2 years ago led the league in scoring, in Bradley Beal with the Wizards, and just aren't going anywhere ever. They barely squeak in on certain years when the East is really bad just to get demolished in the first round.
By that raffle
The
ticket
fans
ban.
can't take any more losing. They don't want to tank because they can't endure it, but they also aren't good and don't have a very good path forward
That's why they
to
buy
be
the.
good.
That's why they say fuck the fans and buy the raffle ticket.
I I don't know. I think you'll have a very fractured fan base at that point, and that's
It's the
hard to
Wizards.
move
They already
forward
have
with.
it.
I have the Hornets in here as well because who knows what the hell they are, and they've been losing. Michael has not led them to the promised land at all.
He never
Even at
has.
the heights of Kemba Walker, they weren't good.
They had Kimba and Chris Paul, and they let them both go.
Yep.
Well, yeah, then
Uh,
what have they done since?
well, Chris Paul made it to the finals,
Kimba,
and he
Exactly.
and he was
wow,
in the Western Conference Finals a lot.
And took L's every time.
it's true.
Not his fault. One of those years, it was definitely Harden's fault. They should have beaten the Warriors, but that's the past.
He has had two of the saddest Game 7 collapses. You're the one with the Suns and the Mavs, and he was with the Rockets shooting the worst amount they've ever shot from three.
Yeah, that's a team that lived and died by the three, and they died that night.
And then all the Clipper years, yeah. Chris Paul is just
And
a tragedy.
and then I have the Thunder in here because they've been tanking for years
I
now, and they have SGA who they just kind of put on the injury report halfway through the season and then just shut him down. You can't keep depriving the NBA of that guy. You can't keep depriving the fans of that guy. This is a team that just wants to see some winning again. I don't think they're going to put up with it for much longer. So and it's a shame because this is the first year where it's like, man, there's like a true generational talent that they could actually get a chance at. But
Two, in my
I don't know.
opinion.
There are two. There are two. There's one that's better than the other, but there are two for sure.
It's a shame. All right, Jonah, go to your first round exits now.
So the first round exit teams
There's a lot of teams.
are the Bulls, the Knicks, the Trailblazers, the Cavs, the Nets, and the Lakers. The only team in here that I think might be able to fight their way out of it is the Cavs.
But the Lakers, LeBron.
No, I'm not the Lakers. It's kind of
The Lakers are the most dysfunctional superstar team I've ever seen.
Yeah, but
They started with just LeBron and Anthony Davis and some pieces, some random players, and they won a championship. And they added talent to that team and got worse. And they just keep doing it and getting worse.
yes, but the NBA likes them because they're the Lakers and because
But
they have LeBron.
that didn't get the Lakers into the playoffs last year.
No, but last year they didn't care as much.
I-
Gonna
Okay.
It's gonna mean something this year. Watch it. When it gets to crunch time, and if they're healthy and everything, they're gonna start getting some calls that you're gonna be like, "Whoa, are they getting this?" They're gonna make it in. And they're gonna
No,
get
they
past the
can't pull.
first
They
round.
can't pull what the NBA can't pull what they did against the Kings back in what was it, like '03 or
They
whatever.
can and they will.
They can't now.
The
In
Lakers are too
2022 they
bad.
can't do that.
They're too bad as well. Like LeBron's still, he's actually still not actually pretty good. But then you have Anthony Davis who can slip on like an extra large piece of rock on the like a pebble on the ground and
He
be out
could
the
he
whole
could
The
slip on
quarter.
a small
piece of
amount of
rock.
sweat and he'll be out for the rest of the season.
It's just
Uh,
and then they have Westbrook and Beverly, trying to become best friends. Which I just
Westbrook
yeah.
Westbrook ain't gonna make it, but Patrick Beverly's gonna be a difference maker for them.
the only thing that can save the Lakers is I was listening to something. A lot of people think that there's a deal with the Lakers and LeBron that they're going to trade those two first round picks. So at some point, maybe they get something. I don't know, get something that can help them. I mean, they got Westbrook's expiring contract, plus those two picks, could maybe yield them something back.
They trade those two first round picks for Tyler Hero.
No, probably not, because he's getting paid now, so they probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they're in a weird situation where the money doesn't work out right now to do anything. They only have those two assets, and those assets are for 27 and 29, which takes a really long-term rebuilding team to want to do that. And there aren't that many long-term rebuilding teams that really have players that they can give up.
The Thunder.
Like you could theoretically convince the Thunder maybe to trade Shai Alexander, but like that's the best you're gonna do.
That'd be pretty good, though. I mean, I kind of like that. I think they should have done that Miles Turner Buddy Hield trade, but That would have
Yeah, it would
made the
allow
team
Anthony
deep.
Davis to play the 4, which for whatever reason he's insistent on doing. Refuses to accept that he's a center.
And the team would have been a
He
lot
ain't
deeper.
tough enough to be a center.
I mean, you're not getting any arguments from me, Jake.
The team would definitely be better. The team should have done that instead of the Westbrook. You're right. The Westbrook trade never made sense, and they don't use him right. And he's got too much of an ego to come off the bench and be just their second unit starting point guard.
Okay, do you wanna talk about the Knicks and Cavs, or should we punt since they're further up on my
Uh,
list?
uh, yeah, we can talk about him later.
Okay. Well, since we've been talking about the Lakers, let's go to my next tier of, hey, we got vets, we'll be fine. No, you're bad and you suck. And I had the Lakers in there. I agree
And I
with,
disagree hard with your other team.
and I have the Suns in there. They're done. They've been mentally boomed. You can't
I
recover from what happened in that game 7.
I think you can absolutely recover,
They will
and I
fall
think
apart
they will.
forever.
I think they will win like 57 or more games again this year, and they'll be right back in it.
I
I
think they're winning the Wembanyama sweepstakes.
I think I think they're gonna be flirting with like a 5th seed and below her. And I don't like Aiton. I don't like this. Not that I don't like Aiton the player. I don't like this
The
clear,
situation is weird.
the clear absolute bitterness that he has with the Suns. Every
They're
time he talks on the podium about that contract, it's worse. It just gets worse. His little shrugs and his grunts and uhs just do not do it for me in terms of me thinking this guy is bought into winning for the Suns. And those two things are why I think they got bets and they'll be fine, but they suck.
I I definitely think that you're wrong, but
Okay.
I don't know if the points you bring up are good, and they are real concerns. Like DeAndre Ayton not getting along with the head coach, the team as a whole kind of just signing him because they couldn't trade him. It's altogether not great. And you add in the very toxic owner that they're having to get over, not they're finally getting out of there, and uh, there's hurdles. The season's long. They're gonna win a lot of games, and I think they'll be fine come playoff team, and they'll at the very least they'll be right there. They'll be like fighting for it, uh, fighting for it. They'll have a 6 to 7 game series in the divisional round at least.
And then the other thing is, I love Chris Paul. I love his game, but I'm not a Chris Paul defender anymore. I can't. I can't defend him. At some point, when everything goes wrong with 3 different teams, at some point you got to point the finger at the player. And I think Chris Paul's finally getting the player. People have been doing it for a while now. I'm standing
I
right
will
next to him.
accept. I will accept that it's partially his fault for the Clippers. I don't think it has anything that happened with the Rockets is his fault.
What about
Harden is terrible in the playoffs. He collapses. It's not on Chris Paul. It's all on Harden for those playoffs.
what about the game 7 with the Mavs?
And the game 7 with the Mavs was the entire team collapsing.
I mean, he's the
Nobody
leader.
nobody made their shots. They were down 40 points at halftime.
If we're gonna attack
That's a
Draymond
whole team
for
collapse.
finally getting to see him punch somebody in the face, which I'm sure he's done a billion times in camp, then we need to attack Chris Paul for the team collapsing because he's the leader of the team, and the
I
leader of the team
disagree.
can't let that happen.
Those are completely different things.
I mean, people wouldn't if this was some nobody with Draymond punching Poole in the face. If it was some other guy on the team that doesn't play, no one would give a fuck.
That
But
guy would have been cut right away.
I don't think he would have. I think shit
I
like this
absolutely
happens
think
all the time.
if a end of bench guy punches Jordan Poole, that guy's getting cut.
The only reason we're talking about it is because Draymond's a leader, quote unquote.
I
But
mean, we're talking about it because most of the league and the fans hate Draymond Green.
I like Draymond Green. Poole was talking shit, bro. His ass got smacked.
No, he wasn't.
He's talking
He
shit.
wasn't talking shit. All the players came out and defended him and said that's all bullshit. Because what happened was it was fucking Clutch Sports, the fucking agency that LeBron and Rich Paul run, that's trying to take over the league and make all the players that are shit expensive as fuck. Came out and put out their propaganda because they want Draymond Green to get a max contract that nobody's gonna be willing to give him.
We'll see. Maybe one day it'll come out, Jonah.
Sounds like copium.
Thanks, Jake. Right, where are we? Go to upstarts,
Yeah,
Jonah.
I just think it's unlikely that Draymond just punched the dude for no reason.
That's what
The
I'm
dude was
saying.
talking.
Yeah, they were
I mean,
talking shit.
maybe it wasn't bad. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe he overdid it, but like the dude was talking.
I'm not
Like,
saying he wasn't talking. I'm saying it wasn't nearly what Draymond's making it out to be.
I mean, it was enough to
well,
piss him
Draymond's
off to
not
go
really
smack
making it
him in
out
the
to be.
mouth.
Yeah, but Draymond Green's also just like an asshole who does that all the time.
Well, maybe you shouldn't go talking
Like he's
shit to
very
him.
aggressive.
Maybe pull
Yeah,
up
like if there's a guy that
common
I know
sense.
punches people, that's probably not the guy I'm going to be talking to,
And that's
trying
what
to
I'm saying
talk
too.
trash to.
There is no way this is the first time Draymond Green has punched somebody with the Warriors. Some guy, just some fucking video kid, got got the video and probably DM TMZ and was like, "I got a wild video about Draymond Green. Throw me some money." And boom, bada bang, we've had something to talk about for a week and a half. But we've spoke our piece. Go to upstarts, Jonah. About to do damage.
Upstarts about to do damage.
About to do
The
damage. Ooh
the
wee,
the
that's a lot of
Pelicans,
damage.
the Timberwolves, the Hawks, and the Raptors. These are all teams that are getting either better because they're getting people back, or they're getting new players,
Or
or they're just getting more experience. They're getting more solidified in the league. Like the Pelicans getting Zion back, along with having McCollum and Brandon Ingram playing at the awesome level he was playing last year. That team is gonna be scary.
Gonna be scared.
Timberwolves getting their new twin towers with Gobert in there.
Not scared at all.
That defense is gonna get better. The thing that's gonna be exciting on the offensive side is Anthony Edwards. Man, I'm excited to see what he does this year.
Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham will probably be the pillars of the NBA in like 5 to 10 years.
And I just don't see how a team led by one of those two guys that already made the playoffs and is on the up and up doesn't just get better this year.
Fair. Hawks.
The Hawks, they finally got the ideal partner that they've been looking for to pair with Trae Young.
A bully.
They've been looking for a very
An
good
asshole.
defensive point
A
guard.
dick.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. They've been looking for a very good defensive point guard that can be the on-ball guy and try to complement Trae Young, because Trae Young is an absolute sieve on defense. He can't guard anybody,
Whoa.
and I don't know that it's going to work out. But they've got the best possible person they could pair him with for that archetype of player they wanted. Now we can get to how crazy DeJounte Murray has gotten since leaving San Antonio.
He's like AB.
It turns out when Pop is your head coach and you're on the every player is a team player team, your crazy gets hidden. You break free of that, and there's some cracks in that.
He's a bit
He's
nuts.
he's turned into somewhat of an Antonio Brown.
Definitely.
great player that you want around.
Yeah, he's coming at rookies for no reason, like wanting their juice and shit,
Well, it's juice.
and then just doing pickup games and just assaulting people with the basketball.
I don't love the Hawks.
It's
I don't love. I mean, I can talk. We'll talk about the Hawks in my next tier, but I'm not. I'm not up on the Hawks. I'm down.
And then the Raptors. The Raptors are just a good team that if they stay healthy and they get all NBA Siakam back and Scotty Barnes just gets better like he should, they're gonna be a fun team. They're gonna get pretty far. They might shock somebody and knock somebody good out of the playoffs. Like right now with the turmoil the Celtics have, I could see the Celtics getting bounced by the Raptors. And they're in this weird year they're gonna be going through.
I agree. Ooh, what the fuck? Why did that come up?
I guess I don't disagree.
You like the Raptors? Dude? You
No,
bet on the Raptors a lot last year.
I know.
Ooh, that's why you don't like them. I just want one of you at some point when we're doing NBA stuff to just tell me not to bet on Trent. Don't let me bet his
Ooh,
Trent.
Gary
threes.
Trent.
He burned.
Oh
He was
yeah.
so
Man,
good the first like month and a half, and I got on like the last like 2 weeks of it, and then I just rode the rest of the year. Like, oh, he'll hit him tonight. He's due. He's due. I.
like it's a 15 game streak, and I've got game 14 and 15, but I also had game 16 through 25.
Oh
Yeah.
man, he
That
burned
was
me.
Siakam with me, that dick.
He burned me so bad.
Siakam and Duncan burned me.
Duncan Robert burned you one time though. Oh shit.
Yeah, but it was a big burn.
It was a big burn. All right, we'll go to mine. Insert star. Help me. I got the Mavs and the Grizzlies.
Why would either of them need more players? They got the one they need.
The Mavs. I think the Mavs are in quietly a very very awful spot. I don't get how this team is expected to still be fine.
Because it's Luca.
It's
Uh,
Luca, but Brunson did so much for the Mavs, and it just and the thing
well,
too with Brunson that saved them was Brunson can play with Luca. Just the way Brunson's game was, there's not a lot of guards in the league that can just plug in and play with Luca like Brunson did. That's what's gonna kill him. And I don't think Christian would, despite what he says in these in the media days. I don't think I'm. I think the Mavs are due for or might be due for a real bad season. Quietly, a very disappointing bad season.
You hate to
I
hear
think well, the way Brunson was able to play with Luca and that one really good playoff game he had last year to keep the team afloat, beating the Jazz in round one, really it's gonna hurt them. But they have a whole season and they have some okay personnel. They're gonna get Tim Hardaway back, which isn't incredible, but is still a pretty good upgrade at guard based on everybody else they had. So I think knocks them down only so much from the loss of Brunson,
Tim Hardaway
and
and
all the
Brunson
ancillary
don't play
pieces
similar at
are all
all.
still there, and the rest of them they played very good team basketball, and a lot of the rest of them complemented Luca pretty well. Like Dorian Finney-Smith was very good for them.
He was.
Maxi Kleber was also pretty good for them.
He was.
Dorian Finney Smith, the GOAT.
They just. That was last year. That was last year in the playoff run. And this year, I just don't think it's going to be the same. And I don't think Tim Hardaway is. I like Tim Hardaway a lot, actually. Don't think he brings near anywhere close to what Brunson brings on a night to night basis. Just. I just
See,
don't.
I disagree. I don't think Brunson. I definitely don't think Brunson's that crazy good.
I don't necessarily think he's like crazy good either, but I just think their games of what helped the Mavs a lot of Brunson being able to like get towards the rim, finish there like the mid-range jumpers and stuff that Brunson did, and him being able to play certain possessions where it's just like just ISO with him like that. I don't think Tim Hardaway has that game. So unless Luka's gonna be averaging like 12 assists a game, I don't know
Hardaway
how
don't
the
got
Mavs
no
are
game.
gonna be good. I mean, he could do it. If there's a player in the NBA, I would. There's a handful of them. Luka's definitely in that group. And then the Grizzlies is. I don't know.
One real quick thing on the Mavericks though. One last thing. I think an off season where to try and get Spencer Dinwiddie incorporated into the off ball role with Luca. I think that'll help as well. He had some nights where he was good, but he didn't seem like he was very well incorporated into the team.
And the final thing too. Well, one more thing with the Mavs. No one in the NBA has ever won a championship by themselves except for Dirk, 1 year. So
That was this
having
team
him
though.
not have another
Dirk had four
star,
other people on the team.
so him not having a star to be paired with him, to me, it just means they can't win. And when you have someone as good as Luca, and that's your one obstacle, and you have money, I don't understand why you're not trying to actively fix that every chance you can. And I think Brunson did supposedly kind of burn them, because I think the rumor was that the Mavs were like 95% sure Brunson was going to sign and re-sign with them, and then he just left without saying much to him. But that doesn't really protect them or you know, justify the last couple seasons. And then the Grizzlies, I think similar problem. Just like the Grizzlies are definitely better, and the Grizzlies are going to hurt a lot though at the beginning of the year with the injury of Jackson. So we'll see how good they can be. I just think again you need Jaw to
I
have somebody else with Jaw.
I very much disagree, and we'll get to that here in a little bit.
I can see. I can see where you have them, Jaw. They're
I can't. I'm blind.
they're quite high.
They are.
What the fuck? Shut up, Alexa.
No, I will not. I will continue to play Smash Mouth.
Shut
So do
up.
we want to get to your third to last here?
Um. Yeah,
Did
we
we get
can.
hoodwinked?
Did we get hoodwinked in that trade extension slash pickup? We'll start with
Oh,
the
that's
Knicks.
what I said. I had no idea what that was saying. When I was trying to read it earlier, I said, "Did we get hood in that trade or X still on pickup?" I was so confused.
But we'll start with the
Uh,
Knicks. Didn't they get? Do you think they got hoodwinked with the Brunson pickup? I mean, I think you maybe spoiled that a little bit.
I think they overpaid by a little bit, but I think that's also kind of just the going rate for a point guard. And if you think he can be your main ball handler, I think you kind of just have to pay that much.
I don't hate the Brunson the Brunson picked up.
I don't hate that. I just don't think the team. I don't think it elevates the team at all.
I like the Knicks.
I like what they have, but what they have isn't good enough.
Didn't you bet on Julius Randle a lot too, Jake?
uh,
I thought I
I don't like
remember
a
you.
lot, but every once in a while.
He's pretty good. The Celtics, did they get hoodwinked with their pickups and maybe their head coach?
Which pickups you mean? The Brogdon one?
With Brogdon and then Gallinari basically already being hurt.
Yeah, but I don't think they gave up much for Gallinari.
True, but I think he was going to be a very important piece, especially the regular season. I mean, on top of that, all that the coach stuff, I think is
I would be shocked if they really expected to rely too heavily on him. But
the
I
Gallinari. Well, I
I
think
guess.
Gallinari was going to be the replacement for not having to play Horford like 60 games.
Yeah, maybe he was just a significant depth piece to replace Horford. But I mean, they went and got Blake Griffin, which if Blake Griffin still has knees, uh, will be roughly the same.
I think the Celtics' team, as it stands, is immensely dependent on how good Horford and how fresh Horford is in the playoffs. Because he was like, you could probably argue he was like their third best player, and it was close through the whole playoffs. As big as he played in certain moments, and I think that's why they struggled in the finals. Is he just got fucking tired, and he was too damn big and too damn tired to be able to play when they really needed him. I mean, they won the one game because of him. What was it it wasn't 4-1, was it, or was it 4-2?
Yeah, they. I don't remember what. I know which game you talk about. I don't remember
I
I
mean,
which
he
think they
won
run a
them.
it was.
4-3 defense.
I love you,
Uh,
Jake. You can't run forward three defense in basketball though. It's a shame.
Watch them.
I'll try.
The Bucks,
Jake, you're a
I
Celtics
mean,
guy, I thought.
Celtics, ew, no.
But Horford, we're talking about him. He's a Florida guy.
Yeah, I like Horford, but the rest of the Celtics can suck a dick.
Oh, Jalen Brown.
The only reason I like Jalen Brown is for first buckets.
You did bet on it a lot.
Dude, it that him as a first bucket is like the craziest thing. I don't know why. He's like 50% of their first buckets, I think, that last year.
He's a beast. He's the only Celtic I like. Fuck Horford.
I loved betting on him for first bucket or Tatum under.
A lot of Tatum Sunders did it. Okay, we'll go to the Timberwolves. Did they get hoodwinked? 100%. I hate
Yes.
the Goddard trade. Goddard? No, I'm thinking football.
Bear.
Gobert trade. Awful
But do
trade.
it.
The Jazz, they just pulled wool over their eyes and fucked them.
I think what's awful about the trade isn't the multitude of picks that they traded. It's that they traded so many pieces, so many players. They managed to keep Jaden McDaniels, which was very big for them, but they still had to give up Vanderbilt. They gave up Beverly, who really, if nothing else, was a tremendous locker room presence for that
He
team.
cried when they won the play-in.
Yeah, that
He's
meant
bought
something to
in.
that team. He was
He's,
fully bought in, and they
He
got rid of
got
him.
sold out.
now he has to play with his enemy.
Gotta go play with the Lakers now.
With Westbrook. He hates that guy.
Westbrook.
Westbrook. That's fucked up, Jake.
No, you can't say
Well,
that. He's gonna come after you now.
love him. You know what? You know why I'm not worried about it? He's gonna
He's gonna
brick it
miss.
anyways.
But I mean, I think the only way the Timberwolves play good this year is if it's Anthony Edwards. I don't I don't expect much from Cat. I just can't imagine them playing well together.
In the regular
My
season, this team is gonna be amazing.
Man, I'd like to see it.
my
In
He's like,
very well takes, another one of them that exists is that Cat might be the softest man in the league.
it's what the Timberwolves do. Except for
He
Anthony
he'll
Edwards saves
dominate
himself.
guys. He'll dominate the easy guys, but whenever it's playing a guy that's near his level, just gets overshadowed.
Yeah, but now what's his name's gonna block him, guard him.
Rudy Gobert.
Gobert's gonna block him.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes Cat better. But they still got hoodwinked. And then finally the Hawks. I don't like them. I don't like them. I I'm just not a fan anymore of Murray.
They have the guy with red hair.
He's a bully. I don't like it. And I don't like Trey Young. And I don't like the fact that
Why
they have
not?
John Collins still sitting on the team, even though they spent all summer trying to get rid of him. And now he's just
I
still there.
forgot DeJounte Murray was here.
Jake, are you listening to anything except for when I calling you like you're a student?
Yeah,
Jonah talked all about Murray.
I know.
Ooh, he doesn't listen to you,
Uh,
Jonah.
Jake, the guy with the red hair is on the Kings.
Wait, what? We got to move the Kings up. Then my
They're gonna be good.
basically contenders.
I think they're gonna be good this year.
When did he? That's dumb. How do you get him out of the Hawks? He fits the brand. He literally colored his hair via his genetics to match you. And you're just gonna ship him off to some purple team?
That's messed up.
So I really like the Hawks. I don't know what their ceiling is because I don't think they have enough players that are like top shelf. But like DeAndre Hunter is very good. Clint Capella is very good.
Led the
Trey
league in
Young's
rebounding.
very good. John Collins is pretty good. DeJounte Murray's pretty good.
I don't like John Collins because
Mm.
he doesn't want to be there. I don't know how someone can shop you all summer and then you don't move and you're like, okay.
It's going to be difficult to get him to buy back in because it's a big deal. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals and then immediately for 2 seasons in a row tried to shop him. It doesn't make sense. Very weird that they did it.
And I don't like Trey Young when he has to play against teams that can guard him. I mean, see what the Heat did? Dominant.
They won that one game.
Well,
And then nothing else.
good thing you only need to win one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not big on the Hawks. But
I
that's
think
my
if
main thing.
DeAndre Hunter and DeJounte Murray are healthy, that game, that exact same scenario, it's much closer to 50-50 than it was last year.
Okay.
I don't know that it is 50-50, but it's closer.
All right, go to your
in my
good,
mind.
not great, Jim.
The good, not great, is going to be the Suns, Celtics, Mavericks, Nuggets, and Warriors.
Okay.
Uh,
We've talked about three of these
I
pretty much, so maybe just jump to the Nuggets. Unless you have some closing facts you want to talk about the Suns, Celtics, or Mavs.
No, those three teams just being here, that's pretty much all that needs to be said. The Nuggets, Jokic is one of the top 3 best players in the league right now,
Back,
back-to-back MVP, but you're putting a lot of faith in Jamal Murray, who's only ever played good in the only ever played like superstar level in the bubble playoffs, coming back from an ACL tear and just being that same guy. And it's him and Michael Porter Jr. who are coming back, and that's why they're in this tier. But Michael Porter Jr. is hurt all the time. He gets new injuries. He tweaks things in his back. He's getting injections. He's getting surgery on discs in his back. It's just I I have no faith in Michael Porter Jr. being able to play a full season, being around in the playoffs. And so it's really it comes down to what I think Murray can be, and I don't think he's good enough, and I don't think there's enough other things to really hold it together.
I mean, the Nuggets were what seed? What were they last year? Like the 4th seed?
Um, did they climb up to 4?
I mean, they made the playoffs and they didn't have Porter or Murray, so I don't know how adding them back in doesn't make them a contender, unless
The
they're
Clippers
just.
played most of the season without
Well,
Paul
you don't have
George,
them a
and they didn't have
contender.
Kawhi Leonard at all.
Well, I have them in maybe contender. To be fair,
And then
Drake,
the Timberwolves are better than them, just objectively better than them.
the Timberwolves,
That seems
Yeah.
wild.
then the
Wait, you don't
Nuggets.
even have them ahead of them.
Yeah, I have them at upstairs about to do damage. Those are pretty similar tiers. I think the
Jonah, I'll
Nuggets
take
might be
any.
able
I'll
to
take
beat
any
them.
bet with you right now that the Nuggets will destroy the Timberwolves, and I think they'll be 2 seeds higher than them.
All right, $10.
All right, deal.
Since we only got a $50 pool.
Is it
All right,
Are you doing
mark
it
that.
in like their 3 game matchup or seeds? Which one are y'all doing?
No, I'm saying there'd be 2 higher seeds than the Timberwolves. If they're 1, it pushes.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, what if they're the same?
then Jonah wins.
Wait a second.
How can they be the same seed?
Yeah, that was the point.
And then the Warriors, the Warriors should not have won the finals last year. Good for them for doing it. If they had to play the Bucks, they would not have won. If
And you
Chris
say
Middleton hadn't
that,
gotten
but
hurt, the Bucks would have beaten the Celtics, and then they would have cruised through
could
it.
have, should have, would have.
Yeah, and I'm saying there's a lot of other teams here that got better, that got healthier.
The
I
West
think
is
the
worse.
Warriors, the Warriors are gonna get, the Warriors are gonna get bounced in the divisional round.
The Warriors got better.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Draymond let out some
I
steam,
mean, they did get
and
Wiseman
now
back.
him and Poole can finally get over the issues they had before that were just building up. Now that Draymond's on his punch, and now Poole's going to be tougher and not as soft because he took a punch. So they're going to be fine. They're going to be even better. They're going to probably beat their 73-9 season if I had to guess.
And logically, okay. And then logically speaking, they did get Wiseman back, so I think that could help them. But we can move over to my tier that Jake attacked me for.
Yeah, I was just sure. But Jonah, I'll make a bet with you with the remaining $40 I have. The Warriors win 74 games or more.
Oh my God. That
Wait,
means
wait.
that's a lot.
What did you just say?
I'm not really doing that.
Okay.
That would have been funny. Yeah, let's do it.
74 games? Would you think the Warriors win 50?
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking Jonah.
No.
No.
No, I don't know
Wow.
that they win 50. Because they're gonna go stretches without Steph. They're gonna go stretches without Clay. There's just gonna be different times where these guys are resting. Like I don't think they don't care about the regular season anyway. Their goal is just to do well enough to make the playoffs.
But then once they get there,
Once they get there, that's the whole point. The goal for the Warriors is to be as healthy as possible come playoff time.
that's fair. Okay.
And so I don't think they're gonna win 50 games.
All right.
Now I think they could win upwards of 55 if they decided to fully push for it. But they're not gonna. I don't think they'll win 50 because they're just not gonna try for it.
I think they could win 70.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, loosely. I think it's
Mhm.
possible.
I don't know, Jake. I think the West is a lot better than you maybe realize.
Nah, I think you all just discredit the Warriors.
I have them in contenders.
Not high enough.
I have my next tier is I don't know why there's a D in there. It's if he works out, you could be special. Toronto, I think it's simple. If Scotty Barnes is, if he just continues to get better, I mean, I don't know. Scotty Barnes was just so good last year. If he takes it, doesn't get the sophomore slump, which
If the
actually doesn't
motherfucker could
happen that
learn to
much.
shoot,
It doesn't happen that
Language.
much in NBA in basketball as much as it does in football at least.
the sophomore slump, yeah.
So
Usually people like just get better in the second year.
yeah, so hopefully Scotty Barnes gets better and Siakam continues to play the same way, and Toronto could be an annoying East team for sure. Very
Wow.
very annoying East team. I don't know what happened, Jonah.
Wow, I know. Dude, that's a wild take that Jonah was wowing to.
Yeah, Jonah wasn't wowing with something else, I'm sure. Ooh.
No, why would he?
Hey.
There's something else he should be doing right now, right? Just listening
All
to your
right. Then
takes on
we'll go
NBA
to
teams.
my Miami Heat. I think if Bam and Tyler take leaps, the Heat could do something good. If they don't, I don't know. We don't need to talk about it. It makes me sad.
I
Sad.
mean,
Bam and Tyler
I
both. Tyler needs a jump. Tyler averaged like 20 last year. He needs to jump to like 23, 24 a game and play consistent and not get hurt. And Bam, I think he averaged just under 20. He needs to average like 22, 10, and be able to shoot jumpers. And
I
then the
think
Heat
what
could be
matters
special.
more with Tyler Hero is that he just stops being a bitch in the playoffs.
I mean, he was pretty hurt.
He disappeared in the playoffs.
He got hurt, and he wasn't a bitch
But he
Um,
like
was out there.
he
He
wasn't a
was
bitch
out
like
there and
Ben
he wasn't
Simmons that didn't
shooting.
even
He
go out
shot
there.
so bad.
He didn't even go out. Ben Simmons didn't
I'm
even
gonna be
walk on
honest.
the court, and Tyler played 10 minutes that last game when he probably shouldn't have.
I think
Big.
if we're
I
comparing him to
don't
Ben Simmons, we're
know.
comparing him to like the worst case scenario, like the softest of the soft.
I don't honestly feel worried about Tyler. I think if I'm worried about the Heat, I think I'm more worried about Bam when it comes to
I
playoff time.
why?
I think he played significantly worse. I think he wasn't hitting the mid-range shots he was hitting in the regular season once they hit playoffs.
He didn't hit.
I don't.
He
It felt
never
like he
shot
played.
him.
It felt like he
He
played
didn't
a lot
take.
safer. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He can't do that this year.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like
The
that's
bigger
where I'm
problem.
more
The
concerned.
bigger problem
Like
is
Tyler just
is
played less. Like okay, he played less. He was a little banged up, but he had rolled his ankle or something, hadn't he?
no, he
I don't know.
played like shit. That's what happened. Is you guys had a 21 point per game scorer in the regular season that you came to rely on, who when he was out there scored like 14 points a game on like 28% shooting.
Yeah, he can't do that again.
It it was awful,
I didn't think he
and he
needs to
was
come a
so
little bit.
quintessential to that regular season team.
And hopefully Duncan won't be as bad. Hopefully.
Yeah,
As
Duncan
long as
needs
as long
to.
as either Struss or Duncan is good, you're fine with that role. If they're
Duncan
both
needs to
good, it's
score
even better.
flipping 18 and get a Heat win.
Struz
That's
was
what Duncan needs to do.
Struz is the best. I love him. He's so good. Struz was so good and so important last year. It's
Better
Struss
than
was pretty.
Kyle Lowry feel.
100%. Struz,
Kyle Lowry's a nice X factor if he can just stay healthy.
he needs to fucking not be fat as fuck.
I mean, that's a big part. He needs to not be just taking
That
the
dude probably
fines.
literally got fined so much by Miami for his body fat. He probably lost so much money last year. I'd love to know the number, just a fly on the wall to know what the number was, because it probably was so high.
$2, $3.
I bet you it was six figures. I bet
I'll
you
bet you he lost about $5 million across the whole season.
$5 million.
I
That's
think he
like
was getting fined constantly, and I think they were increasing the whole season.
That's brutal. All right, well, we'll jump to the Nuggets. Like I said, like if Murray and Porter are like half decent, Jokic already took this pretty awful team as far as he did last year. I don't know how not much better. The reason I have them here and not contenders is because I don't know if they're going to be fine. But if they're okay, then I think the Nuggets will be like a third seed or higher. The year they were both relatively healthy before Murray got hurt, They were the 1 seed that year, right? 2 years ago.
Sounds
Who?
right to me.
The
So
Nuggets were the. You think the Nuggets were the 1 seed?
2 years ago, when Murray
No,
wasn't.
the Jazz were.
Were they? Oh, were they two?
I don't think so.
They were a 1 seed like 2 or 3 years ago. But anyways, I think they'll be fine. Then the Cavs, Donovan
They
Mitchell.
were the 3 seed 2 years ago.
Okay, that's what I said. 3 or higher. Donovan Mitchell with the Cavs, if he works out. I think that Johnny's probably right. Those probably they could maybe win the first round, but I think them making to the first round and playing a team tough and maybe going 6 or 7 games is a complete win for the Cavs. And I think that would resonate in the Donovan Mitchell work, him and Garland working out.
The most important thing for the Cavs is to just get to the playoffs and hang tough when you get there.
100%.
Because this is not a we're trying to win this year. This is a we want to get all of our young guys as much experience as possible, playing at a higher level, and playing together. Because this is the core they're going to have going forward. There's not going to be able to be many changes to this team,
And I love the core.
and the core
Garland,
is very exciting.
Mitchell, Mobley,
Evan Mobley
Allen.
is a great anchor, especially alongside Jared Allen. And they've got Karis LeVert coming off the bench. If Okoro can even be a halfway decent wing, there's not a hole in that starting lineup.
Oof. And then you get the Clippers.
And then they've got Kevin Love and Karis LeVert coming off the bench for them, and that's just a tremendous unit.
LeVert, my guy.
LeVert was a money bag last year, honestly.
No, he was. I mean, when he went to Cleveland, it wasn't as good,
That's fair.
but it was still pretty good.
That's fair.
With
Clippers.
the
Clippers are
Pacers,
easy.
though, whoo!
Clippers are easy. It's easy. If Kawhi, George,
Trash.
and Wall play relatively well, they're going to be really good. It's going to depend, though, if they stay healthy. That's their biggest if. They have to stay
Their
healthy.
biggest if is health for sure, because they're so reliant on guys that are just not healthy for long stretches of the season, and they've just added another guy that they're hoping can be a good piece that's got the same issue. At least they're not going to be relying on John Wall as their starting point guard. Reggie Jackson retains that role, which is good for him. I mean, he held them afloat. He kept that team like in everything for that long stretch without Paul George.
Yeah, Reggie was a safe bet too.
That team's got a very solid lineup. Their entire bench is good, and if they can get Kawhi back at like 90% of what he was that year that the Raptors won, that's a team that's a top 3 team in the NBA.
And then my final one is the Pelicans. Zion's looking slim, baby. Looking like a handsome man.
He looks skinnier than he did in college.
Zion's about to dominate the league. Most improved player, lock him in.
Pelicans winning the chip this year.
Winning the trip on Zion, baby. Zion's going to average
Yeah.
26 point something in the season, and he's going to play most of the games. He's going to be healthy. He's going to be slim. And the Pelicans are going to be like a 5th seed or higher.
Zion's gonna average 28, 12, and 4.
That'd be pretty lit. That's a lot, but
I don't think he's going to average the 12 rebounds. I think he's going to be something more like 7 or 8.
No.
But
a beast nonetheless.
I wasn't guessing. I have the script. 28, 12, 4.
no, because Valanciunas is going to get too many of the rebounds. He's not going to be able to get
Yeah.
enough.
No, no, this isn't a guess.
I understand. You're misreading the script.
You can't read.
Correct.
You're illiterate.
You're dyslexic.
All right, Jonah,
28-4.
go into your could win it all.
Could win it all.
Could win it all.
The Bucks, the Grizzlies, the Clippers, the 76ers, and the Heat.
No chance.
Way too many teams.
No
I
chance.
definitely
Alright,
there's too many.
Did I miss something here? What happened with the Grizzlies that put them in this category?
I don't know.
They
interested in
were
listening.
very good last year, and Ja Morant is on the verge of becoming like a top 5 player in the league.
What about
All
Jackson
right,
being
but
hurt though?
if he's not a top 5
Jackson's
player
only going to
yet,
be hurt. Jackson's only going to be hurt for a little bit. Like he'll be back some point in late December
all right,
at the latest.
let's just give it the
It's 5
best case
games.
scenario. Jaws is a top 5 player in the league.
They win the finals.
He's the second best point guard.
Who are you putting ahead of him?
Curry, I'm guessing.
Okay.
He's the
I don't know
best
that I don't know
point
that
guard.
Curry I don't know that at this point Curry's a top 5 player.
All right, let's just say
I,
he's better than
I got to
Curry,
think about
but
that.
Bailey. He's still a point guard, which is limited in what, and he's not a point guard who hits the three. He's a point guard who drives. When it comes to
No, no, no,
physical
no, no,
ball,
no, no, no. He does all of it.
he does all of it, but he's not. He's not. I mean, his
That
primary
motherfucker that
scoring
motherfucker was
ability is
hitting logo
interior.
threes at different points in the season.
I would
Yeah, but
He
argue
his
has
Curry.
range.
primary
He's not
scoring
I
ability
would
is.
argue Curry does more of all of it than John did last season. John could get there, but I don't.
I
Oh, I don't know. I think
more of
Ja
all of
drove a
it?
lot more than he shot.
No, I'm
No,
not
I
arguing
think
that. I'm just saying Curry is more of an all-around guy than Ja is right now.
I definitely disagree with that.
I mean, Curry.
I think Curry's a better go-to scorer, but I don't think he's nearly the facilitator that Ja is, and I think Ja has a much better presence on defense.
Curry has been very good the last like 2 seasons on defense, quietly, even though everyone still likes to say he sucks at defense.
I'm not saying he sucks. I'm just saying that he's relatively better, which just
Like so,
means he's not
Ja
above
last year
average.
averaged. Ja last year shot just over 20 shots a game, and averaged 4.5 shots a game from three, attempted.
Okay.
I'm saying. So I mean, he's 3/4 of his shots are more than 3/4 of his shots are coming inside the arc.
Yeah. And what does that mean to you?
That he is primarily an interior scorer.
Okay, and what does that matter?
Well, that was just the initial point I was making. Then you guys said, I don't know. I don't think he's as much as
Whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa,
What I
whoa!
was
Don't put
saying
me in
is,
this.
what I was
No,
saying
no,
is
no.
because of that, he's it gets more physical in the playoffs. I don't expect him to be able to do it to the same level consistently in the playoffs when he starts playing. Like last year, who they lost to the Warriors in the first series, right?
Second.
Second, who they played in the first?
Minnesota.
Okay, so the bigs, I think that was soft because Cat's soft. I think when you start playing bigs physical, when you play Jokic, when you play Greek Freak, when you play any of those guys, I think you're not going to get those stuff he gets. There's going to be more contact and less calls because they don't call as much once they hit that.
I
And I don't think he has a supporting cast anywhere near good enough to help him unless we're saying like, man, he's clear cut best player in the league this year.
I definitely disagree with that. Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain, Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, and Jaren Jackson. That's a great unit. That is a great unit.
But there's no
Yeah, it's
number
good,
two
but it's not
star.
in comparison to the other top players' units.
You can't win without another star.
Jaren Jackson is a star.
He's not.
Desmond Bain
Or
is
no.
almost there. He could become a very good shooter this year, like an elite shooter this year. He was
Jackson's
almost
not
there
a
last year.
star.
And John Morant he's going to be an MVP candidate this year.
Is Jaren
It's
Jackson as good as
Jackson.
Middleton?
Chris Middleton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
I
agree.
think because of the breadth of things he does.
I don't agree.
I don't think there's any one thing he does better than Chris Middleton, but
I just use
like I
him
mean
because
I
this is
know
my
he's
example
I
of
don't
the
even know if
Bucks.
Jackson's for sure the second best player on that team.
Jackson was good last year, a lot better than he was the year before. But I don't like him not coming back till December, like you said, which means he probably won't be full strength till sometime in January. There's a good amount of games early on that if they struggle, don't like what they have. The more you and especially this year, the more you struggle in the West this year early or at any point, and the lower you are, the tougher your fucking games or your matchups are going to be.
See, I have no concerns about this team. This is a very deep team. I don't think there's any problem with this team winning in the regular season.
I just don't think they're just. I just don't
Wait,
think
you said in the regular season?
Yeah, for sure, the regular season. I think they're gonna
Yeah,
win.
I don't.
Great.
I don't have any.
Well, no, no. Drew's saying
Because
that
you
he
were
thinks
there.
they're gonna get behind, and they're gonna. they're going to be struggling because they're going to get bad matchups in the playoffs because they're going to be a lower seed.
I mean, it's not going to take a lot to get beyond if teams stay healthy in the West.
I think they'll be right up there. They might be the same seed they were last year. That might even be better. They might be the number 1 seed even. They're the team that's the youngest that's going to care the most about the regular season. So they might be able to take number 1.
Maybe. I
I
like
just don't
Ja.
know. Like,
And
just
I
don't think Ja's
definitely
as good.
think this team can survive and thrive in the playoffs.
And they're not beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Celtics.
They could beat the Celtics. The Celtics beat themselves when they lose in the playoffs.
That's kind of true. But they're not beating the Bucks.
The Bucks are the tough one because the Bucks I think are the clear best team in the league.
I'd be worried about them beating the Sixers. But that comes down to
yeah, I
wire.
don't think they beat
If
the
the
Sixers.
I'd be worried about them beating the Sixers if the Sixers made it to the finals. Because that means
If the
Harden
Sixers
has
made it
done
to the
something.
finals, then that means that they were everything that people thought they could be.
Yes, I will
Which means
100% say
which
that.
means that we actually got a regular season James Harden in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's exactly what was my thought process.
Yeah.
But
And
I
in
continue.
the
think the
event that
Sixers
that
will be a
happens,
first round
then I would be
exit.
very concerned. I think the Sixers are going to be crazy if that actually happens. Like I think it like you said, if they make it to the finals, I don't see how they lose because of what
Yeah.
them making the finals means.
That means they probably beat the Celtics and then probably the Bucks. They'd beat the Celtics slash Heat slash like Raptors, and then they would have to beat the Bucks, and that would be wild. And that means they would probably also beat like the Cavs or somebody like a young annoying team to have to play. Maybe like the Cavs or Knicks. Yeah, that'd be a wild run by the Sixers. But continue, Jonah, to the Clippers.
I mean, the Clippers are essentially what we talked about. I mean, it's a good deep team that has very good star power. And if John Wall can be anything close to what he was, even just in spurts, not even consistently, then that gives them enough to push them over in a lot of games. It just all comes down to health, like it has every year for the past 3 years.
I agree. Sixers, we kind of talked about them. Comes down to Harden, Maxey.
It can Maxi's very important for the scoring. Harden's very important for the least facilitating and being able to keep it up in the playoffs. And Embiid is Embiid. Embiid is mad that he didn't win MVP last year. He's going to come out and he's going to try play even better,
Needs
which
to
is going
stay
to be very
healthy.
difficult to do because he played insane last year.
Needs to not get hurt.
And he's not got hurt, but they weathered it pretty well in the regular season. He was healthy by the postseason. Oh well, kind of healthy by the postseason,
And then got
and that
hurt.
does have something to do with why they lost.
That was loud. Definitely has a lot
But
to do. And then why do you have the shit Heat in here?
because I don't think you guys actually topped out last year by making the Western Conference Finals. I think
Western
there's
Conference
a
Finals would
very
be
good
crazy.
scenario, or the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think there's.
What makes you stay something in your head? I want to know from
Me?
both of you what makes when that stuff happens. You can't just let the guy just continue on his thought. You gotta interrupt him.
No.
But why? Why
100%.
do you work that way? Why is your head wired that way?
Well, no, I easily could, but to me, it's just funnier to mess with and you on that.
To me, it's the robot nature. I just need the right thing to be said.
But it didn't need to be said. Everyone knew what you meant.
I know it's just it's a
All
me
of
thing.
our viewers may have been lost.
I hope they all
You were
sub.
like,
I hope we got 15,000 for this. They all got to that moment and they all don't listen anymore.
and they were like, nah, we're out. He felt the need to correct him there. We're done.
Uh, so the team wasn't healthy. You guys weren't fully healthy. You had a lot of players not playing at their best, and the coaching staff is so stable and just good that I think you guys just there's room to be better. I don't think that was the max. And Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is like the best player in the NBA. I don't know if there's anybody better than playoff Jimmy.
Playoff Lenny.
No, I don't think so.
Playoff Lenny was pretty fire.
That's true. Well, my contenders are similar to Jonah. I have the Bucks in the Sixers because I think they're both is what everything Jonah said, and then I think the Warriors are fine. I think Wiseman's going to come back and be finally play, which is going to help them in the regular
I'm
season.
spooked about Wiseman.
The Draymond stuff doesn't scare me at all. I'm sure he's punched 50,000 fucking people in training camps.
I
And
also don't think the Draymond Green issue is very big long term.
I think
It
all
makes
the
it a little
guys
difficult for
saying
that
that
locker room to get together and rally behind each
Uh,
other a little bit here and there. I mean, but I mean, they had these same issues when KD was there, and they still won. So
yeah.
I think it makes them closer.
Yeah, I think all that stuff too with like guys coming out and say Poole did nothing is just for the media. There's no way Draymond hasn't done stupid shit like this before. They're
Yeah, I
used to
mean,
it.
I think to me they're just like, hey guys, the easiest way for us to get this behind is we just treat Draymond as the villain here
Draymond
because
doesn't give a fuck about it.
no one takes anything with any
I I think
nuance at all.
this is a different time though. I think Draymond does give a fuck because Draymond wants to get paid, and as
What
of
I'm
right now,
saying is
he's
like
not lined up to get paid.
I don't think anyone
But
does this with any nuance.
for this season in a vacuum, I think it's all right. I think it does not matter.
Okay. Well, that's we
I
previewed.
think some of the young guys like Wiseman and Kuminga and Moody are not gonna matter much to this team. I don't think Wiseman's that good.
I don't think he needs to be great. I think he just needs to be okay.
And I just don't think he's that.
You don't even think
I
he's
think
okay?
he's still riding on high school hype that he never showed and he hasn't lived up to. And that's just a shame, but I mean I think he's just a bust.
Well, he needs to stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. So, till he does that, you'll be right just by proxy, Jonah.
Yeah, and that's just why I don't have them in the could win it all. I have them in good, not great.
All right. Well, there we go. We previewed NBA. We're gonna do a little NBA game similar to our Pickems for NFL, but I think we're gonna do that. We might just plug that into when we do the NFL, because we could record that anytime. A little behind the scenes talk on the pod. We could record that anytime. I could just throw it in then. I mean, we could do it just casually in here in a minute, but we'll figure that out later. But that we previewed the NBA. I want someone to go through and count how many words Jake said.
It was somewhere between 60 and 70, just like the Warriors win count.
You should make a bet with Jonas since he hates the Warriors this year. No, no takers.
No,
You don't want to make. Why not make a bet, Jake?
because I'm dumb. I don't know what's going on with this. Why would I bet money on this? I'll wait till the season's end and bet my money like a man on FanDuel and lose it all.
Okay, there you heard it first. Jake's gonna be bankrupt because of first bucket baskets by Jalen Brown and overs of Levert
And
and
I didn't do Levert
Siakam's.
usually. I usually did all point.
What about Siakam?
See, I can over under. So
Oh, we hate Siakam. This is a
yeah,
hating
the
Siakam pod.
dude would just
No.
actively dick me down one way or
Is
the other.
this a democracy? Because if it's not a democracy, then we don't hate. We don't hate Poole.
It's a
We don't hate
democracy.
Siakam.
It is
It's
a
a democracy,
democracy, but
man.
me and Jake hate him. So
Well, I know that's what I meant. Like
Yeah.
the majority
You
hates
hate
him.
him, Jonah.
I don't hate him.
Jonah, your opinion doesn't matter. It's about the
I
majority.
know that's my point.
It's about the majority.
Jonah, tell me somebody
Is
you hate
is
to close the
officially
pod.
anti-Siakam.
Pass. No.
You could beat me and Jonah.
I hate. Fuck.
Ooh, I hate
Zaza
you.
Pachulia.
What? Oh.
Who do I
Whoa.
hate that's currently?
No, I don't hate Zaza.
No, Jonah
I
hates him for a
despise Zaza.
specific reason. He really hurt the legacy of the Spurs.
He ruined the transition from one dynasty to another.
He did.
We were fine, and then it all came down to one bad injury.
Come on, Jonah. You got
I
one.
have to get back to you. I don't know that I have somebody that I just hate.
Well, you'll hear it next pod. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
I hate Jonah.
All right, welcome to 14.5 of the
Jonah,
Copium.
get on your own one, so I don't have to watch you hover mine.
We're here. We have a little game for this NBA season. doing this day after the tiers. We're gonna do a little draft. Each person's gonna pick 10 teams. This is copied from the Bill Simmons podcast, so shout out to him.
Oh, who? What? I don't know what that is.
You gotta get Jake. It's the podcast game. You gotta give credit to those who. Everyone steals each other's shit, but you just have to give credit, and then they can't do anything. It's the way the world works.
I might be the first person to steal something from someone in this scenario and actually not know who I'm stealing it from.
You don't know who Bill Simmons is?
I have no idea his podcast. Also, do I know who Bill Simmons is? I'm not confident I know who Bill Simmons
I was asking you a question.
is.
Well, doesn't
Why?
matter. But everybody's gonna pick 10 teams. You can pick their wins or their losses, and then if you pick the wins, then you get 1 point for every win. If you pick the losses, you get 1 point for every loss, and whoever has the most at the end of the season will win some prize that will deem it at a further date. We did a little automatic draft order offline. Jonah got the first pick, so the floor is yours, Jonah.
I will jump right on in with the team that I hope wins the Wemby sweepstakes.
You don't want their wins?
Not gonna win Wembanyama with the wins.
Think about it. Isn't there a way you can do cross the team out?
Yeah, there should be. The S right there, 2 next to the bold.
Big. Oh, someone did it.
You don't.
Undid.
Oh,
Right,
perfect.
go, Jake.
So coordinated.
Let's go, baby.
Pacers.
The real L's. They're taking more than anyone this year. I don't know if they are or not, but
I'm going with the Jazz L's, and then I get to pick again.
yeah, you dirty cheater.
Now this is hard.
Do you want us to cross out ours individually when we do them, or?
If you don't mind.
Yeah,
Also,
let's do that. That's
what order is this in? Oh, it's city. Oh shoot, Indiana. That's what they are.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got the Jazz.
What are we thinking about? We get our first win team in here?
No, I don't think so. I think the wins are the value here. I mean, sorry, I literally
The
just
losses,
the
yeah.
losses are the values here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fuck, man. I want to pick 3. Oof.
Are you deciding between 2? Because if you are, I think I know which 2.
What 2?
And then I think I'm probably taking the one you don't take.
What 2?
I don't want to say yet. I might be dumb. I probably am dumb. I'm assuming you're picking between the Wizards and the Rockets.
One of us was right.
The Rockets, I feel confident. The Wizards, I'm not sure.
Oh, if you feel confident in the Wizards, then I'm gonna go with this.
You're already trailing by 1 though in this. Wait, what?
Pistons, L's.
They already got 1 double in the season.
Whoa, Jake, we're doing this before the season starts.
Huh? I know.
Well, how do you know they already have a dub?
Because they're good.
Mm.
They're beating the Magic tonight.
Oh, I thought for a second I picked the Rockets. I was like, Jake, what are you doing?
You forgot who you picked already?
I don't even really feel like I love that one, but it just feels like the logical pick, yeah.
Wow, fucked it up, idiot. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. As much as I like them, as much as I like that starting lineup, I just don't think they're good yet. And who do I pick it? Now. Oof. Man.
Well,
This
since Jake's
is-
spoiled, we're doing this during Pablo Ventura fucking yammed on somebody tonight.
Alright,
And
guys, I need some help. Never mind. I don't need help. Well, I am an idiot.
I
but
Debatable.
think
Gonna cross out the Magic for you since it seems like such an inconvenience for you.
alright.
Thunder? That's fair.
Wow.
They're going to enter the Wembanyama sweepstakes any day now. Who's going to be the
Yeah,
first?
I just with Chet out, I think they're just gonna keep it going.
Who's the first dub team?
I mean, we're getting really close to that territory where
Jake.
we're running out of teams. Ooh, he did it.
I respect you, Jake. But I'm nothing but a what do you call it? Debbie Downer.
It's starting to shift.
Well, I'm gonna
You
pick
gonna pick a win here?
I'm gonna pick the two really bad teams I think that are left. I want only my picks are gonna be only losses.
That'll be all right.
All right, Jake, who you going with now?
I guess I'll
What you
pick.
thinking?
Ooh.
Thinking another dub?
I'm curious if anybody will be any more L's the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I don't imagine they should be at this point, though.
Maybe like one team.
I mean, if you feel bad about them, I guess, but I don't know.
It's your pick, Jake. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Oh, my bad.
Not even hovering over his spot.
I feel like there should be more teams.
I mean, there's 30.
Supposedly, who is it? What do they say? That there's a big rumor going around the league. What is it?
This is just regular season, correct?
Vegas and
Yes.
Seattle. Vegas and Seattle are the
Then
two
I'm
ones.
gonna go with that.
That's definitely interesting. Vegas and where?
Seattle, I think, are the two rumored to expansion teams.
I don't mind that. I kind of like those locations
Oh,
for it.
Jonah.
Johnny, that had to be a fucking misdeal.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the typo, right?
Oh, it is.
Okay.
I just went straight into like routine. I saw all the L's.
I was about to be like, there's no way, right?
No, there's no way. That's
The
funny, though.
boldest pick of the.
It's really funny.
That was me jaw dropping.
Boy. Yeah. I don't love this. I don't think they're gonna do well in the playoffs, but the regular season, I think both of these guys.
Dang it, Jonah, you bum.
That's a good pick.
I'm liking this turn so far.
Don't like
It's
that. I don't like it.
unmanageable. Anonymous pumpkin. Wait, I want to be. Oh no,
So
chinchilla. That's the best one. My cousin had a chinchilla for the longest time.
really?
Yeah, they're just like fucking rats.
How big are they?
Oh, like you cup your
Like
hands together. They're about that big.
so not as big as a cat, but bigger than a rat.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Actually, pretty chill.
that's cool.
I forgot that my cousin had chinchilla to that moment. It re-entered my brain. It was filed away so deep in there. As we wait 45 minutes for Jake.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to think of it.
You're not sorry, Jake. You would have picked some bulls. What? That's
Woo!
that's an interesting. If we were, that's like picking DJ Moore in the fourth right there.
Hey.
It might be worse, but
Well, definitely going here.
yeah. See, that's the other one I was deciding with, and I was like, I probably should have gone that way, that because I would have probably gotten both then. But
And then, damn, I didn't want to pick any W's.
You wanted to be nothing but L's.
Oh,
So
I do ties.
well, that's an interesting one. What do you think? A team's gonna go perfectly 500, or you just mean the number of games they tie?
Yeah, I mean, I think a team's gonna tie more than they win or lose.
That's not a thing in basketball.
No.
I think you can bet it though. I'll allow it. I'll let
Here
you
we
win.
go.
I take it back. You're right. You're right.
Oh man, this is difficult.
Is it difficult, Jake? Is it?
I think so.
Go Nets. Does anyone go Nets L's here? They didn't look great tonight in their opening game.
I might, but I'm not doing it this early.
I don't know. I just fucking love the Pelicans. They're so fucking good. Zion looked pretty good.
Man,
Maybe I take
it's gonna
Pelicans and Dubs.
be
That could be a good pick, right? Maybe.
I don't know.
Haven't
There's
taken
like
it across the
2 or 3 teams on here that are just no-brainers that they haven't been picked yet.
I'm gonna do Pelicans because I'm betting on. I'm buying into the Zion hype anyways. Might as well do it one more time.
interesting. You stole my pick.
Really?
76s are gone.
There seems like there's some real easy brain dead, like turn your brain off picks here. That was one of them. That was the other one I was thinking of.
It was or wasn't?
Wasn't.
Yeah. I didn't imagine I was on the same page as you. Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize they hadn't been picked. But I wasn't gonna pick them just yet.
I'll take these guys. That was the one I was really like.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about taking
Yeah.
them as an L.
What?
They're gonna get injured. I don't buy it. They're gonna get injured. They're all too
Yeah,
old.
but they're not gonna lose more than they win.
They're not really that old. They're not old. They're not old.
It's not that they're old, and it's not like they didn't weather it without their stars last time. Like they even without Kawhi all season and without Paul George most of the season, they were still 42 and 40 last year.
Not this year.
Now I wouldn't be shocked if there's a team that's better than this. The other team I was thinking of picking, but I don't like the other team, so I'm gonna root for the team that I enjoy watching.
That's a good one. I like that pick.
Again, I think there's a better team, but I'd rather be happy.
I'm
I'm gonna get at
assuming.
least one of the next two teams I want.
Assuming your better
this.
team is this one.
No.
why did-
I love how
why
it's
did-
crossed out. That was like God telling you don't pick their dubs.
Is that who you're? Is that actually who you're taking? All right.
That was not the one. That was definitely not the one. I would have fucking contemplated picking their L's. I wouldn't have done it, but I would have thought about it.
I didn't even realize the match
See,
was
my
so
bold
bad.
pick was if I really felt like, yeah, the Timberwolves was the other one where I was like,
Yeah, I was
think
feeling good about those.
They might be better. They might be better than the Raptors this year, with their W's. I wouldn't be shunned. But the Mavs were the team I was thinking of being like crazy. It'd be crazy, but I was thinking about taking their L's. Bank on
Two teams left.
pick the. Whoa. Oh, I'm upset you picked them, Jake, because I was gonna pick the Kings W's.
The Kings L's. Man, that one's gonna be close.
Are these my last two?
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, they are. This is tough. Who's left?
The Knicks, the Blazers,
Nets, Knicks, Blazers.
Cavs.
Cavs. There we go. There's the fourth team. I knew it was somewhere on there.
Cavs W's. Like
I love the idea that I'm gonna get stuck with the Nets at the end, and I'm gonna to decide.
Oh man, who did I go here? Oh, I go Knicks. Come on. Knicks are gonna be a boring. Knicks, I think, will be a boring team because I think they'll be close to both, value-wise. But I think they might squeeze up for more W's than losses.
This is tough. I don't know which to take. Can we get a coin flip by chance?
You can flip your own coin.
I mean, if that's really how you want to pick this.
I mean, you could honestly pick the Nets and just pray it blows up and get a lot of value from L's.
Oh, I'm taking an L on either one of these, I think.
I think Trailblazers is pretty easy. It's not a terrible pick to pick the L's. But the Brooklyn Nets L's could, like, seriously fuck you, though. But so could the W's. That's why they're such an awful team. I think the
You know what?
Blazers, safer pick.
I wanted to do it all along, so I'm going to do it.
I like it.
Awesome. I've been thinking about it for a while. I want the Blazers L's. I think this might actually be like the sleeper pick of the entire draft.
Incorrect. Sleeper pick of the entire draft was definitely the
Riveting.
Kings L's. I don't know.
I think it was the Mavs L's. Luca goes down, that
That's
team's done. Luca, if he were to sadly get hurt, that team would be.
I don't know. I think it was Jonas Boston L's. I think that's the sleeper
Yeah, the
pick.
Boston Elves.
I think he should have left that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more stuff about all their players sleeping with other people. They're all gonna
Oh,
get
the players
suspended.
now. But is it a problem if the players do it?
No.
I feel like you just hush that.
Oh, we can hush that, but if someone fucking swings on a player because the other guy's talking shit, we gotta fucking make a big hoopla about it.
All right. So do we want to put
Because
like the
it's
teams?
Draymond.
You want to put like the team's record there, or like the points they've scored you?
I say we'll do record.
Record. You think that? All right.
Hmm. And then maybe we could do like in parentheses the points or something. But I mean, I'm not gonna fill this out each night. This will be.
No,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
just
for
check back
sure.
in midway, like All-Star break, and then at the end or something.
Well, probably how we'll do this is we'll continue to do the NFL pods. We'll probably just do one now. This is a little housekeeping action. We'll do one, and we'll throw an NBA one in if we feel like it during the NBA or NFL season, and if we do that anytime we do it, we'll come in, we'll check up on these. And
Yeah, I
then,
mean it's a good point to have overlap because this part of the season, teams aren't what they're gonna be, and lots of teams don't care.
Yo, Jonah, look at that. You went perfect.
boom, Jonah. That's what we're That's what we're talking about, bro.
I don't know if you actually did or not.
Oh.
I just recommended it that way.
Oh, you did.
Did the
The games haven't even played yet. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The Grizz did win.
Hmm.
The Warriors did win. Boston did win.
What do you mean
Thunder,
they did win?
Magic, Spurs, Blazers. It's probably close. I mean, the Mavs game's not even over. So.
Yeah, we're up by 20 on this.
But rest of the season, NFL season, we'll give you one pod. We might throw NBA pods if something cool happens, or maybe we'll do one in like a month or something like that. I don't know. But until then, we'll throw this on the end of the tier list, and we will see you when we do our little
Next one.
our review of the past week, and then we'll preview next week. It'll probably be more of a preview, but we'll talk about that when we get to the pod of the NFL games this weekend.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a teaser, Jake. I'm out here learning. I'm out here getting better.
Yo, your boy. I mean, wait. We haven't shown the points from this last week, have we?
No, we haven't done the last 2 weeks, technically.
we're a few weeks behind.
So will we show all of that to show them how great we are at picking?
I think maybe we just restart. What do you guys think?
I disagree with that.
Jonah, but it's a false lead.
I don't think that's true.
You had.
I like a comeback story. I'm making the comeback.
Well, you.
I mean-
Hey, can I be second place? Can we switch points?
Ooh, I don't like a comeback.
Get that true
Ooh.
comeback.
These are false advertisement.
He's
Well,
like, I don't like being that low down.
all right. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.